Hey, I have a segue from that shit.
Go for it.
I may not like being shot, but I did do something in the past week that made me consider shooting myself. I and my wonderful girlfriend both went to the Emoji movie, which perplexed Matt to no degree when I came back in here, because he's sitting there going, "Hey, Alien Covenant is on
Netflix."
On Netflix, and I'm like, "I'm not going to watch that." And he's like, "You're going to go see Emoji movie in
you paid cash
theaters?
money dollars.
Oh yeah.
Currency was exchanged.
Yeah, at the shitty theater though, not the Bank Scotia nice one.
Sure,
it wasn't playing there. Shockingly,
but you caught it. What time of day did you catch it at?
Like 4 p.m. on a Saturday.
Good. Yeah, right in the middle of it.
It couldn't have been, and on release, so couldn't have been more ideal.
That's the true experience. It's like going to see a Fantasia movie with diehards.
This is going to eat up a good portion of my week, and I'll skim over some of the rest of the stuff. But this is important. Okay, so let's set the stage. Why are we going to see it? 2 reasons. Got to know. Right? Like, this is a film that Sony Pictures was like, we might want to get out of the movie business, but we need to see how the Emoji movie will do.
Can I just say, I appreciate you making the conscious decision to spend money on a podcast segment.
You've done it.
Yeah,
like Matt's done it. We've all done it.
Oh yeah,
it's like
you take a look at your real life and you go,
I don't have a lot this week, so I'm gonna go make something.
Let's make some content, shall we?
And it's gonna take like 3 hours of my life or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got to know.
Mm-hmm.
And number 2, which is kind of a bigger factor. Me and the girlfriend love trash. Just like see it out of ironic enjoyment.
Okay,
right. So in terms of ironic enjoyment, depending on how much you hate brands, there's a what the hell? There's a bus going over a
motorcycle revving.
There's a lot of ironic brand hating enjoyment to be had here because it is bad. So we walk in, mostly empty theater. And we're like, oh, maybe people will fill in. No, mostly empty theater. Right? It is filled exclusively with young couples, maybe a little bit younger than us, of like people that we look at them and we go, they're here for the same reason. They have to know.
They got to rubberneck it.
They have to know.
Yeah.
And mom and kids, of which there were 2 groups.
Yeah.
So
that's incredibly low.
Yeah. Maybe like 15, 20 people, the whole theater. And this is at the Forum.
Considering how many kids went to go see the fucking thing, which all I've been hearing about is like, despite how garbage it is, children don't care.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised it was that.
Well,
empty.
here's the hope for the future. Not even a cough from the audience. The whole film. Nothing. It was the most ideal movie experience.
Wow. The kids were paying attention, were they?
The kids, I don't know if they were paying attention, but not like
Did their eyes glaze over?
I feel like I saw like a 7-year-old, like that age, not even like nothing.
Wow.
No enjoyment.
Wow. Yep. Yep.
Now, I mean, in terms of the movie's writing, it's a fucking C grade, like fucking like almost feels like a like Cars ripoff. Like it's like the generic plot and the bad writing, and it's a fucking movie cash in, like whatever. That's not what makes it bad.
It's the least creative thing you can do for a kids movie, which is tell the message, be yourself.
Yeah,
and don't try to be anything else.
Like it's another one of those. There's been a million.
Your main character has special thing is that they're themselves.
That's not what makes it bad, right? That's the same thing that makes all those kinds of movies generally bad.
You sure?
But nothing
boring
special.
At the
right?
least, yeah.
What makes this one just extra special is the clear focus on what I'm going to call executive producer man to like the story, characters, presentation, every aspect of this movie. Who cares? Let's talk about Spotify.
Really?
So the entire plot of the film is such. Gene is an emoji who's supposed to be meh, but he can't do the meth face real good.
Yeah.
He's got too many emotions because he's too busy being himself. So he is exiled from the phone app. The text app.
Okay.
He needs to go on a quest to reprogram himself to be meh, right?
Yeah.
So what does this mean? Well, what it means is that him and High Five, who is a discount Ricky Gervais, like, I honestly thought it was Ricky Gervais until I saw the credits, but it was like too shitty to be Ricky kind of thing.
No, he would. Come on, you can't. There's decisions you make that are hard decisions
there are people
early
in
on.
this movie.
Yeah, no, and poor T.J. Miller.
Fucking Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Man, he's the best part of the movie.
Well, sure, but poor T.J. Miller. Like, you're a guy that I enjoyed him in whatever Deadpool and Gravity Falls.
Yeah,
but sometimes you're like, fuck,
sometimes you want $1 million.
That paycheck.
Yeah,
I'm not
gonna blame them.
Gotta take
so,
it.
we gotta reprogram it. So what do? Well, we gotta go over to the piracy app.
Okay.
And the piracy app is literally a 4Kids version of the Chappelle Goes to the Internet skit, where the spam robot comes up to him and tries to be his friend, but instead of dick ads, it's just spam.
Sure.
And there's like what look like the monster.ca logo as internet trolls, and they are just, it's the cringiest possible shit possible. It's so bad. And then you meet Sombra. I mean Jailbreak. Sorry. And then we have to
Purple
go.
hair, Hot Topic.
Yeah, and then
sure.
with the stolen skull fucking thing.
Why not?
It's straight up. And so we're like 40 minutes in, and it's like trash, and it's not funny, and it's like embarrassing.
Would you say endless trash?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But it's still like a movie.
Okay.
At this point. And then the robots attack because the antivirus and there's a whatever.
Sure.
Right? This is when the movie, someone goes, okay, enough of that fucking stupid ass movie shit. It's time to make some money for Sony. Okay?
Okay.
Sony needs money. Sony Pictures needs a money. Okay?
For college? Okay.
This fucking movie division sucks. All right? So here's what we're going to do.
Well, what are we going to do?
We're going to plan out how we get to the cloud, because that's where all the problems are going to be solved. The cloud's where you can, it's basically reboot. Like, just get to the supercomputer, the cloud.
We were all connected, right? Yeah.
Right. Okay. That's where you can hack anything. All right. So here's how we get to the cloud. They bring out a little, movie map. They go, so we're going to have to get through the Just Dance app. And then we're gonna swim down the Spotify stream, and then we'll finally make it to Dropbox, and Dropbox is what's gonna help us get to the cloud.
Wow, it's Food Fight. It's fucking Food Fight.
So then you get to Just Dance, and it is a 15-minute fucking sequence.
Yeah.
Where with a Lady Gaga song, where there's a character that doesn't know how to dance, and it's that fucking thing.
Of course,
but. Everything is licensed and branded, every part of it, and it's like the logo is like screaming in your face the whole time. And it incorporates what may be the most cynical thing I've ever seen in a film. And it's because Gene is so himself, he invents a new dance called the Emoji Shuffle, which is given the camera treatment that makes me think that executive producer man was like, we're going to get the kids with this.
We got
kids are going to do this shit because because all it is you do the fucking 4-step Macarena, but instead of Macarena moves, it's different faces.
Is it worse than the Super Bowl shuffle?
I don't know about that one. I'm not personally familiar.
Okay.
But this is the kids can do that.
Super Bowl
dance.
shuffle is cringe master level.
All right. Because, this is pretty fucking bad.
Okay.
And then they get past it. Then they go to Spotify, and the fucking, awkward love scene happens on the literal Spotify stream, because it's a canal that you ride down because it's a stream on Spotify because you stream music. And they have shots of like, oh, look at that stream. And they look at it and a music plays.
Wow. Opinionated alt emoji has like a little love story.
There's a little bit there.
Okay.
And then in the chase sequence, they accidentally fall into the YouTube app where they show that cat video of the guy poking the cat and the cat throwing its arms up, and the dad is sad about the son leaving, so he goes to Memories of Paris in the Instagram app, and fucking. Oh my! Like
so. What about the poop though? What about Patrick Stewart?
He's just a poop, and he makes poop jokes. That's it. And then the crux of the movie is they get to Dropbox, and they're like, Dropbox will finally let us get to the cloud where everything will be great on the cloud. And then yada yada yada. But now we have to run back to the text app because drama.
Sure.
I don't know what we're gonna do. So they whistle for a bird. And the bird shows up to save them, and it's a big blue robin, a sparrow, whatever, and it's Twitter.
But do they call it that?
No.
They can't. They're not allowed to.
But what does happen is that the big blue bird, literally, before it settles down, flaps its wings once and goes into a side profile
of that pose
and tucks its wings.
Oh, yeah.
And stays suspended for like 2 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And is like, look, Twitter.
Yeah. But I know for a fact because I saw that there's a leak of Twitter brand things, and Twitter's like, don't fucking anthropomorphize our logo.
Well, it's too late.
It's not a bird.
What?
It's not a bird.
It's not a bird?
Twitter's logo, they're like, this is not a bird. This is the logo for Twitter. That's all that is.
Fucking bird!
They said it's not a bird.
I'm looking at a bird. You said tweet.
No. They said it's not a bird.
That's fucking stupid.
Don't put it in situations that make people think it's a bird. Don't put it on.
Ride the Twitter to the.
Don't add faces. Don't add little sound effects. Don't point at it to make it sound like it's chirping.
That's out of
Don't
control.
put it on a line.
That's out of control.
Don't imply that it's flying through the sky because it's not a fucking bird. It's the logo for Twitter.
They break every single one of those fucking rules.
And they couldn't get that money.
And then the story ends, and then the big crux, and this is why I think that this is the thing they're trying to push for the kids to push the shit.
Yep.
The big crux of the plot, there's two. One of which is Gene's superpower is he's able to make an animated emoji.
Oh. Wow.
And that's what solves the phone use the young boy's problem and gets him the girl, is that he sends her an animated emoji, which is like buy animated emojis, you little fucks. That's all I can see there.
Oh, because the problem to begin with was human child was
the girl and
it was embarrassing because the phone would be like saying embarrassing
But he sends her an animated emoji, and she goes over and says, man, I like that you're that kind of guy who can have a lot of emotions at once.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
eggplants. Is there an eggplant anywhere?
Yeah, there is an eggplant, and he's in the loser bin, which makes no sense, but it's a kid's movie, so fuck it.
That is not.
Yeah,
that does not belong there.
He's in the loser bin with like fucking stop sign and like fire truck and loser emojis like that. And then, as a victory celebration, because Gene is the best, every character in the movie also does the emoji shuffle to close out the movie.
Just to send it home.
And that's when I'm like, they're trying to push this so hard.
Just to send it home.
Like, so hard. It's the fact that half, if not more, of the movie is literally 10-minute ads. That just brings it to the newest level.
I heard that there was a sort of tone, or I don't know if it was a direct line or if it was just sort of like implied, but the message or part of the message was that emojis are the future of communication.
Yes.
And this is what talking will become.
Yeah. Because all the kids they just talk on their. Oh, the very first thing in the human segment of the human segment. It's like Transformers. You know, who cares about the humans?
Sure.
Is the teacher going like, "Oh man, the ancient Egyptians used a picture symbol of hieroglyphics."
Oh God! How did I not see that fucking coming?
And he's like,
of course, the first emojis were hieroglyphics. Fuck.
Does this remind you kids of anything? Is it? No?
Oh, that just makes me feel bad to the core.
Oh, yeah, just fuck
like,
history.
that's a deep down hurt.
Bad.
That's a hurt that's not going away.
It's
because that's not it's a hurt you can't fix in your lifetime.
No one's lifetime. It's too big.
That's the hurt from thousands of years ago.
4,000-year-old.
No, you can't put a Band-Aid on that. That's too old. It's too far.
Oh, yeah, you feel good?
Ooh.
Oh, this movie's a trash fire. And what disappoints me the most about it, actually, no, there's two. Not even the ads. So it may be the first movie I've ever been able to see where I can see the punch-up writing.
Oh, okay.
I can see where scenes stop and a joke happens. And then the scene continues.
Yep.
Because somebody was like, this is the most boring fucking thing ever. And I would love to see like the assumed unpunched up version that somebody was going to edit.
I guess, you know, like after getting depressed from handing over Spider-Man and watching someone take it and run, they had to get back in the game with a huge knock him out of the park branding thing.
Here's the oh man, I gotta sorry, finish your thought.
No. It's just that I would love to see the leaked emails implying that this was part of a quadrilogy.
Yeah.
And that they had already started production on parts 3 and 4.
So here's the worst part of the movie is that the movie is going for a saccharine, like kind of like revelatory moment, like the Lego Movie would or anything like that, because there's a really, really, really specific thread that goes through. Okay, every character that is not just named their emoji has a name that fits their emoji. So, Smiler is always smiling.
Sure.
The parent of the meh character, their names are Mel and Mary, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so on and so forth. Over and over and over. And the whole thing is like, Gene, you're just too much yourself. You're just too real. And then the movie decides to make him animated instead of him being the genuine one. Like, the whole movie feels up where it's like, Gene, you're not a man at all. You're the genuine
The name
one.
pun is
and then they just go, no, fuck that. It feels like that was supposed to be the ending. And then they went, no, fuck that. Sell animated emojis to the kids for $4.
The G stands for GIF. Yeah.
You mean GIF?
GIF.
This movie would call it GIF.
It would call it GIF because the guy would force them to.
It's...
Yeah.
Whew.
All right.
You should watch it.
I should.
You should watch it.
I should watch it?
You like cringe. I know you do.
I should watch it.
Yes.
You were suggesting I watch this.
Yes. And then you go through the cast list.
This is a film that you are...
You should spend your valuable time watching this.
Watch this movie.
Yes, that's right.
The Emoji Movie. I should watch it.
And so... Like when I went to see it, I saw a lot of people, particularly on Twitter, going, "No, fuck you, Pat. No, you're the problem. Because of you,
you gave him $20.
Because of people like you, this
you gave
movie
him $40.
Is somewhat successful, right? It is the general opinion that the reason this movie has been successful is because of everyone wanting to see the trash fire.
Yeah.
But I'm cool with that because I want to go see another absolute brand infested trash fire. I gained enjoyment from sitting there, like being embarrassed to be there. Like being embarrassed to walk out.
Your soul doesn't die a little bit?
No, it makes it stronger. It tempers my soul
I see.
with damage.
Okay. Well, again,
You handed them $40.
You should go. No, 20 was at the shitty theater.
Sure. But I respect that you invested in a segment.
I got a full afternoon's enjoyment out of the cringe. Then I got a full evening's enjoyment of the discussion.
Well,
the cringe.
I did really. The first thing I appreciated was, because I didn't know when it came out, but the first thing I saw was websites are updating
that Verge tweet is so good.
They're updating their database and their websites to basically account for scores lower than 1 star.
Yeah.
Because they did not have blanks
So
available on their slot.
if this was I remember, like, we on this podcast we've had a lot of discussions about, like, scores and what does this mean. I remember me and Liam went at it a lot.
Do numbers even?
And I put forth the idea that I'm clearly not the only one. It's like there needs to be a special score, and the score is 0, and that is for things that aren't even the thing they're supposed to be. So I would give Master Chief Collection at launch a 0 because it doesn't work at all, right?
The black star.
You know, stuff like that. Like, just not a thing.
Not a star. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is absolutely that. This is absolutely a 0-star film because it's not a movie. It's an ad. It's an infomercial for the internet.
How's the CG?
It's fine. It's totally average.
How's the soundtrack?
Good, actually. It's the only part of the movie that I'm like, you did good.
Voice acting?
Voice acting solid.
All right.
Elements of its production were fine.
Art direction?
Poor. Is that how I would phrase that? Art direction.
Okay.
But there's no story. It is the most do you remember? Okay, here's a bad example, and people are going to come after me because I'm daring to touch their baby. You know the Transformers movie back in the 80s?
The original one.
Yeah. You know how they killed all those characters so they could sell you new toys?
Absolutely.
Remember how that represented like 4 minutes of like a 90-minute film?
Yeah.
What if that was 45 minutes of an hour and 20-minute film?
Yeah, we got shit to sell.
Right.
Food fight. Yeah. Okay.
Like that's what we're dealing with here. It's a mess.
Do you then? Because I guess I'm trying to figure out. It's like so animated.
Were the first emoji. Well, I mean, it's just how it is.
So then, like, there are in fact animated emojis you pay for.
On the internet? Oh yeah.
But like through Sony's various.
I don't fucking know. Maybe it's gonna be their next push, but like, it's.
Because I know that Facebook's got those themed
fucking
ones.
Ringtones and shit. Think of all the money that was made there.
Of course, and Spotify.
It's the future
and such. Yeah.
I wish there would have. I would love to see like a for real ass emoji movie that wasn't like scared of this shit. And there's just a fucking bit where they're in the Spotify fucking stream and fucking Jay-Z on a pirate ship rides in on a tidal wave and just starts shooting people.
I was gonna say you gotta have him on the tidal wave.
There's a joke there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
100%.
There's jokes that you can make.
100%.
It's also safe and corporate and bland. Like it is the anti-Lego movie. Oh man.
Whew.
Boy.
All right.
So
I would like everybody to take notice and enjoy the if anyone happens to be not listening to this but watching it live, we have a couple of new Twitch emojis available.
We do. Do we have new Twitch emojis? What do we got?
We got Samuel L. Jackson doing the wipeouts face.
How do we get that?
I just did it.
You just did it?
I just did it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we got some new emojis. And we got Go, and we got Gi.
Oh, that's smart.
So you put them together.
You get Googie.
You get the Googie.
That's smart. That's real smart. You have to use 2 for that because the thing is too small to put big words.
And if you would like to access these emojis, be sure to check out twitch.tv/SuperBestFriendsPlay, where you can subscribe and pay for some emojis.
That's $4.99. That's $4.99 a month. That's a great fucking deal. And need I say that over at the Twitch channels
holy shit
of Matthew McMuscles and the Twitch channel of Angriest Pet and the Twitch channel of Peach Saliva. There are also some very high quality Twitch emojis that you can purchase
Oh dear.
on a monthly basis to shit post to your heart's content.
Oh man. Yep.
You can get
Hot off the presses.
I don't even know what fucking emojis Matt's got, but I bet he's got a bunch of fucking good ones.
Yeah.
Oh, I know he's got one that's really good of like his face.
So yeah.
Get all that shit.
That's
good. That's some synergy right there. That's good. Just fucking yeah. So, while that was destroying my faith for humanity,